Hello everybody, MD Polo here. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Sig P320 XCompact. For sure it's a feature-rich pistol, but am I keeping it? We'll take a first impressions look. I have not shot this pistol yet. I'm going to the range after I film this video. And we're also going to compare it to my P07 from CZ and of course the Glock 19, just to get an idea on how they look compared to the P320 XCompact and to give you some size reference as well. I'll tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and hopefully try to get this video done relatively quickly. The XCompact was announced at the 2019 SHOT Show and it was released in later 2019. Looking at it on paper, it would seem that it would be, you would say, possibly the perfect carry pistol. But is it? And will I keep it? All guns that you're going to see on this video have been safety checked, so no need to worry there. Let's get some of the specs out of the way rather quickly. This is of course the P320 XCompact. It's a 9mm Luger. It's got a barrel length of 3.6 inches. The overall length of the pistol is 7 inches. The height on it is 5.3 inches. The width is going to be at 1.3 inches. The sight radius is going to be 5.5 inches. The weight with the mag is 25.3 ounces, but that is unloaded. It ships with two 15-round mags. So they're metal mags, typical from the P320s. Made in Italy, so I guess you can guess who makes them. The slide material is stainless. And it has a nitron coated. The sights on it features the Sig X-Ray 3 night sights, as you can see there. The trigger is of course a striker fired. It is the flat trigger by Sig. And it has an MSRP of $680 when it came out, but the street price is much closer to $600, $630. Your mileage may vary, but that's what I'm finding it around here. So let's take a closer look at the pistol itself. The slide, as I mentioned, is stainless steel and it's got the nitron coated, and that will greatly help for corrosion resistance. The slide hosts the Sig X-Ray 3 night sights. The front sight is drift adjustable, as you can see there. And the rear sight is mounted on an optics plate, so the gun comes ready and cut for optics. The only downside, and if you consider it a downside, for some people it may not be, is that you will lose the rear sight when you remove the optics plate. The rear sight is cut for the Sig Romeo 1 night sight, red dot, and for the Delta Point Pro. The rear sight has serrations on it to reduce glare, but also has the two tritium dots, just white dots. Everything else is just black serrated, black coated rear sight. Sorry about that, getting a little tongue-tied. Why don't you take a look at the left side of the gun as we move along. In the dark, the night sights glowed very bright. They were easy to acquire, and I believe it's some of the best night sights that I've seen. Now if you take a look here at the picture, we'll talk a little bit later on about what I like and what I don't like about that, but if you're taking a look through your sight picture there, you might be able to guess where I'm going with this. Now on top of the slide you have a loaded chamber indicator, which is right there, and if the light cooperates, so you can see it pops up when you have a round in the chamber. So it's not only visual, but it's tactile as well. Now the one thing that it does do is when you're firing, and if you do have optics mounted here, your lens is going to be sitting right here. So some of the dirt or debris or whatever's coming out of the chamber is going to get right on your optic right here. So the lens does get pretty quickly, it gets dirty pretty quickly. So and this is something I wish wasn't there. But if you don't mount an optic, then that's not an issue. So the grip, of course, is polymer, and it comes from the factory from Sig with a medium. You'll see it right there. It's marked medium. But Sig allows you, being a chassis, a modular system, Sig allows you to purchase additional grips if you want an FDE or different grips, a small, a large, so you can change it to fit the hand, to fit your hand. It features an extended beaver tail, so to allow you to really get high on the gun, together with a pretty high undercut under the trigger guard here. The one thing I wish, because the texture on the grip is pretty good. If you see the texture on both sides, the texture is very nice. It has somewhat of a finger groove. The texture is here. I wish they would have put texture up here as well. When I grip the pistol, and the white balance on the camera is freaking out on me, sorry about that, but I wish they would have put the same sort of texture here. When I grip the pistol, it gets slick here. Now with a mag inserted, you do get a full grip on it. At least I do. I've got medium hands. My pinky has a place to rest right here. But this part feels slick. Now looking at the trigger, it is a flat trigger by Sig, not by Grey Guns. It looks like a Grey Guns trigger, but it's not. It's made to break at a 90 degree. And let's take a look at it right now. So there it is. You hit your wall right there, and the break. And the reset, it comes right back, and it breaks. Now it's a typical Sig thump that we'll now come to expect. It's not anything crisp or nothing that would feel like it's metal, like it's like, I don't know how to say this. It just doesn't feel quality. I'm not saying it's cheap. I'm not saying it's badly made. It just feels plasticky. And I know it's plasticky, but other polymer guns feel better to me. Bump. So this particular example, this particular gun, the trigger broke at 5 3/4 pounds. And the grip overall does feel better in my hand than the regular P320. Now that's not much an endorsement from my part, because I've never been a fan really of the ergos on the P320. The mag release is comfortable. I think it was well thought of, the position of it and the shape of it. It all works really well. And it's positive. It just spits out the mags very nicely. It works well. Now it's not ambidextrous, but it's fully reversible. The slide catch is ambidextrous, so for the most part you can make this gun completely ambi. So it's not a bad gun. It has a lot of extras. Now, am I going to keep it? I'm not sure. It is not the best feeling gun for me, and this is where it gets all subjective. It's all how it feels for me. And your mileage may vary. You may grab it and it may feel great for you. Now let's do a little bit of a size comparison here. And here we have the P07 by CZ, no mag. The gun's been clear. And we're also going to be taking a look at the Glock. Now this has a magwell on it and obviously a red dot, so the size is going to be a little bit different, but also no mag, and the gun has been safety checked. So how do you compare it with the 3? Well, size comparison with the CZ. So let's see. You know, just the bottoms are cut a little bit different, but it's a little bit shorter. The Sig is on your right, the XCompact is on your right, but very comfortable, comparable, both of them 15 rounds. And with the Glock, now if you don't look at the red dot, almost identical. The Glock would be a little bit shorter if it wasn't for the magwell. And lengthwise, let's see, it's pretty, it's a little bit shorter than the Glock. I'm trying to do this around the tripod, so sorry about that. So I just wanted to give you a visual between the two. So let me tell you what I don't like about this, and it may be a deal breaker. And it may not be an issue for you. But if you can see here, you can see how far away from the frame, this is going to be hard to do with a camera, how far away from the frame the slide catch lever sticks out. See that? And not only that, it's sharp. Maybe this side will look better. You see that? Because for the X carry, they cut the frame in versus a regular Sig. You see how the frame is cut here? And maybe that's a little bit better. Nope. It's hard to get the little piece in focus. There it is. So it really sticks out, and the edges are a little bit sharp. So when you go to hold the gun, at least with the grip, my hand is right on that slide catch, and either I have to change my grip, or it goes right on the sharp edge of the slide catch. I've been trying to see if there's a company or Sig, if they have, there it is, you can see it right there. See if somebody makes a lower profile, something that is closer to the frame, that is not going to be in the way like this one is. Now if you look at the Glock, as everybody knows, look how close to the frame that is. Not an issue. And they're in similar positions. And if you look at the CZ, even though it's got controls the size of an aircraft carrier, they're pretty flat against the frame, so they don't get in my way. But the one for the X carry, they do get in my way. See that? So I either keep this pistol and train around it. Also, even though they're all plastic, they're all polymer pistols, they don't feel, the Glock and the CZ feel less like a plastic gun, if that makes any sense, than the P320 X carry. So anyways, just some thoughts. I'm bouncing around a little bit because I'm also thinking as I'm speaking about whether I want to keep this or not. So I'm not sure. I hold it in my hand and it doesn't make me go, wow, this is awesome. My brain kind of says, you're supposed to like it. Everybody says it's great. I'm not quite there. With the magwell that I put on this Gen 5 Glock, it feels a lot better. I like the controls. They're pretty much almost non-existent. They're there, but they're very muted. The PL7, like I mentioned, you got them, but they're pretty flat against the frame. They feel good in the hand. I hold them and it feels good. This, I'm trying to make myself like it. So I'm not sure if it's going to stay or not, but I wanted to give you a quick look at it. We've gone about 14 minutes or so. If you own it, I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. Do you like it? Have you had issues with the control? Do they bother you? What do you think about the P320 X carry? So until the next one, thank you very much for watching. I hope you stayed until the end. And if you did, I appreciate your time. Until the next video, God bless.